Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night, 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Donald Trump, we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Florida, been going back and forth, Missouri, Ohio. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.
November 8th, 2016 is a date that still lives in the hearts of many. Americans from both sides of the party can still clearly remember the events of that night.
On election night, I went to sleep early, I thought it was over, but then I woke up and my grandma was crying. And then I asked her what's wrong, and then she said, turn on the news.
I thought that there was going to be no way that Trump was going to be elected.
I remember after he won Florida, me and my friends were all pretty excited that he had won Florida. And then later on, he actually turned some Democratic states Republican. And
I kind of knew that there was a chance for Donald Trump to win because the way the news had viewed everything what was going on with the WikiLeaks, what was coming out of those emails, even though she was kind of, had already had an FBI investigation, pretty much anything that Donald Trump was doing that may have had a negative indication on it, was losing airtime real quick.
The year-long tensions erupted into protests and riots as many decided to boycott President Trump's election.
No, I didn't watch it because I didn't want to give him the view. I didn't want to give him the time of day.
I think it took me some time to just get past that it happened. I was more or less turned off by Trump. I felt like there was a lot of rhetoric that was out there promoting racism, promoting a lot of hate groups. And at that time especially, I wasn't in support of that at all. And I wasn't in support of him. So I did not watch it.
I mean, that's their right. That's what makes America America. If you're not happy with what outcome of a situation, that's your right to boycott. It's your right to be unhappy. I mean, he's still president, and you gotta respect him until he messes up. Until he messes up, you gotta treat him as president. So, but that's the American right to boycott.
This election left us a divided nation, with opposing opinions on our current president, neither side willing to understand the other's views.
My opinions on Donald Trump is that he's a good businessman, but when it comes to raw politics, he's a novice.
I feel like he's just a bigot. I feel like he is a disgrace. I feel like his women supporters just forget their moral values. Yes, in my religion, we don't believe in abortion, but I'm a woman first. Don't tell me what I can and cannot do with my body. Who are you?
I don't think he wanted this. I think he just wanted to be popular. I think he wanted people to like him and vote for him, but I don't think he really wanted this job.
My honest opinion is that he's not that bad.
I like about 80% of the things he does and says, and I think what he said he was going to do, he's trying to do. So right now, I think he's doing okay.
On one sense, I'm not sure about his depth of policy, right? How much understanding he has. I do respect the fact that, you know, he's successful. I really respect the fact that he doesn't drink. He's not a drinker. I don't know if people know that. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he was elected president. We got to get that. Just like Barack Obama was elected president. He was elected. We have to respect that. We got to work with that.
Some found themselves afraid to voice their opinions in fear of the consequences that would haunt them.
I don't like to argue. I'm going to believe what I believe until something makes me change my mind about that. So I don't need to be convinced. I don't need to be badgered about feeling the way I feel or thinking the way I think.
If I open my mouth and say who I support, I get talked down on, or I get ridiculed being a racist or a bigot.
This division has plagued our nation with violence, hatred, and malice. But there is one group that does benefit from the chaos. As the era of technology continues to advance, numerous journalistic sources have committed the act of creating exaggerated stories in order to catch a reader's eye. Rather than providing the truth, these sources tell nearly fabricated stories to affect the reader emotionally, similar to the yellow journalism that occurred during the Spanish-American War.
This is a big issue. I think a lot of the media is shifting away from, you know, different sources. It's really interesting even when we did like research in school, like a research paper we did. You have to use legitimate sources that have credibility, right? That you can you have accountability. You can't use Wikipedia. You can't write a research paper using, because that's not an acknowledged source, right? Yes? So this is a big issue. So people start getting their news on social media, and just like we talked about last year, right? They have no legitimacy. They don't have accountability.
I was always brought up to take information in and decipher what is true and what is not, and make my own decisions. I don't like other people telling me what I should think and how to think. And I think that's what the journalists nowadays, that's what they do.
I think it's been going on for a long time. I don't think it's new just with Trump being elected. I think that as citizens, we have to be very careful to do our own research, not just to take, you know, something at face value just because it's on the news or it's something that you read on the internet. But there's been sketchy kind of reporting going on in the media for quite some time. It didn't just start now.
With the truth becoming harder to find, will we ever be able to come together as a nation? Would it even be possible?
We as the people need to come together. That's one man with one job. It's up to us to make what we need happen. And it doesn't have to be ugly and hurtful and painful, but it's not going to be easy.
Nothing can be fixed solely by a president. The people have to do it.
He actually works for us. People tend to forget that, but he works for us. So we as the people need to.
I feel like it should be everybody, including the president and everybody in Congress and the government. It should be, if we're all divided, we should all work together to put our differences aside and come together as a country, because this is the United States of America, and we can't let little differences change that.